Welcome everybody to Wellness Wednesday. I have a guest with me today. It's Esther, a registered dietitian. And although you trained in LA, you live here in Jersey now. You turned up at one of my yoga classes and we have been friends ever since. And I was like, I've got to get Esther on. Do you know what I really want to talk about right now? It's January and everybody I know is either unwell or somebody in their family is unwell or they're trying to stay well. And I just thought, actually, I know Esther is going to have some great tips for us on how we can stay well with nutrition. Because I tell people, do you know what, you need to rest a bit more in the winter and maybe you need to sleep a bit more, and that's how we can recover from illness. But I know that you know all about nutrition and how that can either maybe help us recover or maybe even stop us getting ill in the first place.
So, I mean, nutrition plays such a huge role in immune function. And you're right, just because we're exposed to an illness doesn't necessarily mean that we will succumb to it, that we will get sick ourselves. If our immune system is doing its job properly, we often won't do. And so it's about supporting that immune system, making sure the immune cells are functioning properly, that your immune system isn't over functioning. You know, sometimes we get too much inflammation. But nutrition does so many things. It keeps the immune cells healthy for a start. It also, part of our immune system, we think about immune cells, but we never think about the barriers, you know, the lining of our gut, the lining of our mouth, our nose, all of those are physical barriers. Our skin, they're all physical barriers to bacteria and other pathogens getting in. And so nutrition can help strengthen those.
But where would we start with this? If we wanted to say, okay, so I hear you, Esther, I want to start adding maybe some foods into my diet or just starting to look at my diet in some way to help me. And what I'm hearing is that we want to just support our immune system.
Top three would be fiber, because fiber, you know, that's like immune fodder. It really nourishes the immune system. Hydration is really, really important. And then the third piece is just looking around your kitchen and realizing that you have already probably got so many kitchen staples that are going to really support your immune system. We don't need to go and get fancy supplements or anything else. You can just eat what you've got.
Okay, well, this is really interesting. So should we start with fiber then?
Yeah, so fiber forms the structure of plants, basically. So if you're talking about a plant, there will be fiber in it. Now, the closer it is to a whole plant, like the apple that you pull off the tree, the more fiber there will be, versus a more processed plant, like once you've broken down the apple, peeled it, cooked it, turned it into applesauce, there'll be a little bit less. Whole plant foods.
So all of our fruit and veg.
Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, peas, lentils.
So there's quite a lot there.
The biggest way it helps the immune system is through the gut. So a lot of our immune cells are produced in the gut or reside in the gut. And so we need the gut to be healthy for the immune cells to be healthy. And fiber keeps our gut healthy through a middleman, the bacteria primarily.
So it's plant foods, and then that supports our gut and that supports our immune system.
Yes, absolutely.
So you mentioned the fiber, and the second one, was it hydration that you said at the start?
Yes, hydration. Every cell in your body is a bag of water, basically. So all of the reactions that have to happen in your body to keep you healthy happen within those cells, within those bags of water. And if you don't have enough water, the cell cannot work properly, and that includes all your immune cells.
So are we talking just about drinking lots of water here? Because I have to admit, I'm really bad at my water intake, but especially in the winter, because I'm just not really attracted to a cold glass of water when the weather is like it is today here in the UK.
And that's, you know, I think it's really important to move with the seasons in terms of how we consume food and drink. So no, it can be not like caffeine-free teas, so herbal teas, soups, watery meals like stews are really good, broths. So no, it doesn't just have to be water.
So we've got increased our fiber, lots more plants that we need to eat there. So fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, legumes, all of those. Having more water, maybe herbal teas at this time of year if you want something a bit warmer. And then what was your third one? Oh, you said I could look around my kitchen and I might have some remedies in my kitchen.
Yes, you've got lots. I'm sure you're going to have at least, I would think, I know you well enough, you're going to have most of these.
Oh, okay.
So many foods and herbs and spices are basically medicinal. And so onions, garlic, you know, all of those in the allium family, so onions, garlic, spring onions, leeks, they are fantastic for lung health. They're brilliant for immune support. They're antimicrobial, so they'll kill off bacteria, viruses, all sorts of things. Then we've got roots like ginger and turmeric, brilliant anti-inflammatory. So when we talk about anti-inflammatory, it's about making sure the immune system doesn't overreact in a place where it doesn't need to. So it's all about immune support. Herbs and spices are brilliant, whichever ones you like. You don't have to eat all of them. It could be cinnamon in your porridge. It could be cumin in a curry. Thyme is brilliant. I often suggest to people, if they are sick, put a few sprigs of fresh thyme in some hot water. That's a great hydrating drink, and it's really antimicrobial, really antiviral, antibacterial. Great for cough recovery. And so yeah, anywhere that you can put herbs or spices, that's going to really help.
Okay. Well, this has been fantastic, but I am going to put you on the spot now. If there was somebody listening and they wanted just one thing that they could start maybe to action this week that's going to just help them feel a bit better, can you pick your top favorite? Have you a top favorite, maybe from your kitchen cupboard or anything like that, that you would say, go start with this?
Okay.
I put you on the spot.
No. I think the number one thing that I do and that I do with my family is probably ginger. I think ginger. I always have ginger available through the winter, especially. So you can put it fresh, you can put it in warm water, cold water. You can use ground ginger in your baking, or again in your porridge or in soups. I mean, anywhere. You can put ginger anywhere, and it's such a medicinal plant. And it's cheap and it's simple. So yeah, I would say get more ginger in your diet.
Well, I love ginger, so I'm really pleased that you said that.
One more thing about ginger, it really supports your adrenals, and our adrenals are what produce adrenaline and cortisol. So if anyone gets sort of stressed out, or their nervous system is a bit activated, or they're just a busy midlife person, ginger will really help calm the adrenals and support them as well.
Wonderful. So they could literally, they're feeling stressed, they've got back in from a stressful day at work or something like that. A ginger tea and maybe one of my yoga classes would be perfect. A calm class and a ginger tea. I think that sounds like the perfect combination to me.
Amazing.
Well, there's so much more I could ask you, Esther, here. And I think maybe that we're going to just have to have you back on at some point. But for today, I've really enjoyed this chat. Thank you so much for joining us. I know that's going to be so helpful to a lot of people to help them stay well this winter. And yeah, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. This has been lovely. Thank you, Trix.
That's all right. We'll chat again soon.
Okay, thanks.